Former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien is on the phone with me from Ottawa now. Monsieur Chrétien, it's a pleasure to have you on the program again, sir. I said it's a very sad day for so many Canadians. I'm sure it is for you as well. Can you give us your reaction to the passing of Monsieur Béliveau?
Oh, it's a very sad day. He was the perfect gentleman that probably ever met. He was, he was an Acadian. His family came from New Brunswick, I guess, and he lived in Trois-Rivières and in Victoriaville, not very far from home. And I met him a few times, and he was married with a girl from Quebec City. And you remember, in Quebec, he was so good with the Aces that he refused to play for the Canadians a couple of seasons. And one day when I was Minister of Northern Affairs, I invited him to come with my wife and I to visit Whitehorse. And it was virtually a riot when they saw that nobody knew, and I surprised everybody with Jean Béliveau being with me. And, people were so enthusiastic to meet him and so on. And he was, the prototype of a real gentleman coming from rural Quebec with association with, New Brunswick, and fantastic leader on the ice. And so when I became Prime Minister, I invited him to become the Governor General, and he declined for family reason. And but Aline and I, we had the great privilege of having him and his wife, and Jean Chrétien and his wife at home for a dinner when we discussed that possibility. And, we were like, fan waiting for a star to come at the residence of the Prime Minister.
Isn't that amazing? He spoke afterward that the decision to reject that offer of becoming Governor General was the most difficult he ever had to make, and he did so because of family reasons and wanting to help his daughter raise her children. But any more recollection of that particular time, and particularly what it was about the man that made you think this is someone the country should have as Governor General?
Because, he was, as I use the word, a real gentleman. He was nice with everybody. He was absolutely the most elegant hockey player, too. When you saw him skating on the ice, the way that he skated, it was beautiful patinage that he will do. It was so elegant. And he was very competitive, too, and he could put the puck in the net, and he was the coach of the Canadians for years and years. And, he was the model for everybody. I knew his family. One of his brothers ran for me at one time, and from Victoriaville, and he was the same type of gentleman. And it's very, very sad that he passed away. He had a very good life, and he's an example of grace and at the same time big effort. He was not lazy on the ice. He will move around with great style and very effective. And so it's a personality that you meet very rarely in life. And it's very sad, but he served Canada and he served the Canadians of Montreal extremely well. It's very sad, but his family must be very satisfied, because I know that it will be across the land, a great day of sorrow.
Indeed it is, as we hear from Canadians coast to coast to coast, reacting in not as intimate ways as you who knew him personally, but certainly with much of the same emotion as you, sir, this morning. I thank you very much for your time.